Sorry about the state of the crime scene. We're not used to this sort of thing.
Evidently. This entire room should have been evacuated. Staying clear of the body would have decreased the risk of contaminating evidence.
Yeah, maybe we should have established a wider perimeter.
Yes, I would highly advise that for next time.
Got it. I'll strive to do better in the future.
Good to hear. Now, give me a second while I examine the body.
Sure, I'll be here. So, is this where you use your X-ray vision?
My what?
Come on, you have to be aware of the rumors. How agents like you are supposed to be equipped with some kind of advanced cybernetics.
Let's just say I'm good at what I do. We'll leave it at that.
Oh, didn't mean to overstep my boundaries. Hush, hush. Got it.
Looks pre-collapse, basically a glorified corner lamp. There's a coin slot on the side with a coin stuck in it. I can probably pull it out using some extra. Strength. I should finish examining the body first. All right, we've got multiple knife-sized stab wounds to the chest. I don't see a murder weapon, so I take it none was found at the scene?
That's right. All knives and sharp tools in the building have been accounted for, too.
It looks like the victim was attacked directly from the front. I don't see any major defense wounds, so this was either a surprise attack, or the victim knew the perpetrator. What about any potential suspects, Constable? Did Carl have enemies?
None as far as we know. He seemed to be well liked among the guys here, but the man who found him might know more.
There was a photo in his chest pocket. I already examined him. It's a bloody photograph of Carl and a young woman, taken fairly recently by the look of it. He's holding hands with the woman, but I can't discern her face. Too much damage to the photo. She's wearing a brass necklace. Could be relevant. My picture of Alex. I miss him. The reason I'm here. I need to gather as much evidence as possible and try to get some kind of lead on the killer. My service pistol. It fires conventional projectiles using magnetic propulsion. The battery is the limiting factor, lasting for about 80 shots in quick succession. A row of personal lockers for the workers here. Not sure which one. I hate to start things off like this, but your hands are bloody and a man is lying dead over there. You understand how it looks, right?
Wait, what? Yes, it's his blood, but I just got some of it on me when I turned him over.
Okay, so why were you even touching the body? You should have notified the police immediately.
I just didn't realize he was dead at first. I thought he just hurt himself or something.
Okay. Let's move on to some other questions.
Fine, I have nothing to hide.
Hey, do you know which one of these lockers belongs to Carl?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Why don't you tell me about what happened this morning?
Okay. I get up early from my morning smoke. I keep my smokes in my locker, so I came in here. I saw Carl lying in the corner. It was still kind of dark, so I thought he'd fallen and hurt himself. I ran over to him. That's when I noticed the blood, and I guess I was kind of in shock, so I tried to stop the bleeding, but then I felt how cold he was. I yelled for help. The guys came running, and then Josef, our foreman, sent someone to go get the police.
Okay. When was the last time you saw Carl alive?
Late last night, around midnight. He stayed up with us playing cards, which is unusual.
Unusual? How so?
Well, it was rare for Carl to stick around in the evenings. He usually went out by himself.
Oh. Do you know where he used to go?
No idea. He didn't talk much about that. Maybe he went to the canteen to meet some friends. Anyway, Carl seemed a bit anxious last night. He seemed distracted.
Got it. Thanks for the info. Can you tell me a little bit about Carl?
Sure. I've known him since I started working here 4 years ago. We instantly hit it off. He had a great sense of humor. He used to be so cheerful, you know? Always kidding around, always with a smile on his face. But then about a year ago, something happened. He became absent-minded and humorless. I know people can change, but this came seemingly from nowhere.
Huh. What do you think caused the shift?
No idea. Whatever it was, he wouldn't confide in me about it.
What's your opinion on the policeman over there?
Gabriel is a good man. He's been a cop in Nordsund for quite a while.
That's enough questions for now.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna go check out the dorm. Where's Carl's bed?
Turn left and then go straight. I left the light on so it'd be easy for you to find.
Gotcha. Be right back. Dirty laundry. Smells like machine oil. Both beds look recently used. Huh. Odd place for a ventilation duct. Pens and paper. Nothing out of the ordinary. Clean clothes and sheets. Nothing interesting. It's a bloody photograph of Carl and a young woman. He's holding hands with the woman, but she's wearing a brass... Not yet. I think the witness knows more. It's a bloody photograph. He's holding hands with... She's wearing... Have a look at this picture. Do you know who the woman is?
Yeah, that's just some old girlfriend of Carl's from ages ago.
Is that so? It doesn't look that old. At least Carl looks about the same.
Guess the guy aged well. Any other questions?
Post-mortem, huh? That would suggest that he likely only touched the body after death. A few more questions, if I may? Hey, do you know which one of these lockers belongs to Carl?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Really? You sure about that?
Oh, fine. It's the second one from the left.
Good. I'll check it out. Is there an extra key for it somewhere?
I don't think so. As far as I know, Carl had the only one.
Why don't you tell me about what happened this morning?
Okay. I get up early from my morning smoke. I keep my smokes in my locker, so I came in here. I saw Carl lying in the corner. It was still kind of dark, so I thought he'd fallen and hurt himself. I ran over to him. That's when I noticed the blood, and I guess I was kind of in shock, so I tried to stop the bleeding, but then I felt how cold he was. I yelled for help. The guys came running, and then Josef, our foreman, sent someone to go get the police.
Okay. When was the last time you saw Carl alive?
Late last night, around midnight. He stayed up with us playing cards, which is unusual.
Unusual? How so?
Well, it was rare for Carl to stick around in the evenings. He usually went out by himself.
Oh. Do you know where he used to go?
No idea. He didn't talk much about that. Maybe he went to the canteen to meet some friends. Anyway, Carl seemed a bit anxious last night. He seemed distracted.
Got it. Thanks for the info. That's enough questions for now.
Okay.
Locked. Doesn't look incredibly strong, though. I might be able to get it open with enough force. Gabriel.
Yeah?
I've already spoken to him about that. What can you tell me about yourself?
Not much to tell. I grew up here in Nordsund, and all my family is here. The commissary is my uncle. He's always been the one who encouraged me to become a policeman.
So, how long have you been a cop?
8 years now.
Wow, 8? Must have started young.
Yep, started as a trainee at age 16.
I see. Okay, that's all I need for now.
Very well, Agent.
Looks pre-collapse, basically a glorified corner lamp. There's a coin slot on the side with a coin... Got the coin.
Geez, try not to wreck the place.
No reason for alarm. I just needed to get this locker open. There was a piece of paper in one of the inner pockets. I already searched that. The note looks like it was written by a woman. It reads, "Hi, Doofus. You're registered now. Go try it out. Remember how you totally flipped the day I first came to Nordsund? Kisses." It's an old pre-collapse coin. No one would accept it as payment today. Hi, Doofus. Do you know who wrote this note to Carl?
Afraid not. I don't recognize the handwriting.
It's an old I don't think he'd be... I don't want to share that with him. I don't think extra strength helps there. I found this in Carl's coat. What do you make of it?
Not sure. But it's a bit strange that the person who wrote this couldn't just tell him face to face.
Maybe they didn't want to risk being seen together. Or the note's author needed to leave in a hurry.
Yeah, could be.
That action doesn't... I don't see how... Maybe someone can tell me where these things are grown in Nordsund. Gabriel,
Yeah?
do you know anything about saffron plants?
I know we grow them here in Nordsund, but I'm not sure exactly where. We have vegetables all over.
Okay, that's all.
Very well, Agent.
A few more questions, if I may? Do you know anything about saffron plants?
Nope. I know we grow them in Nordsund, but that's it.
That's enough questions for now.
Okay.
Gabriel,
Yeah?
I've already spoken to him about that. I don't think he wants... I see no... What can he...
Not much to tell. The comic...
So how...
8 years...
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, that's all I need for now.
Very well, Agent.
It's an old pre-collapse coin. A row of personal lockers for the workers here. The second one from the left belongs to Carl. A few more questions? That's enough questions for now.
Okay.
I've looked there already. Hi, Doofus. You're registered now. Go try it out. I don't see how those things... I don't see how... Both beds look... I already searched... Huh. It's an old pre... That action... I already searched that. I don't want to shoot... Not yet. I think the witness knows more than... A few... Do you know anything about saffron plants?
Nope. I know we grow them in Nordson, but that's it.
What's your opinion on the policeman over there?
Gabriel is a good man. He's been a cop in Nordson for quite a while.
Can you tell me a little bit about Carl?
Sure. I've known him since I started working here 4 years ago. We instantly hit it off. He had a great sense of humor. He used to be so cheerful, you know? Always kidding around, always with a smile on his face. But then about a year ago, something happened. He became absent-minded and humorless. I know people can change, but this came seemingly from nowhere.
Huh. What do you think caused this shift?
No idea. Whatever it was, he wouldn't confide in me about it.
Why don't you tell me about what happened?
Okay. I saw... That's why I yelled for...
Okay.
Late last night.
Unusual.
Well, it was...
Oh.
No, anyway.
Got it. That's enough questions for...
Okay.
Maybe someone can tell me where these things are grown in Nordsund. The reason I'm here. I need to gather as... I already examined. Get some kind of lead on the killer. Carl Oscarson, murdered at age 33. He had a job as a carpenter in the Nordson workshop hall. Gabriel seems like a
Known him since I started working here 4 years ago. We instantly hit it off. He had a
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct.
great sense of humor. He used to be so cheerful, you know? Always kidding around, always with a smile on his face. But then about a year ago, something happened.
Dirty laundry. Smells like machine oil. Both beds look recently used. Huh. Odd place for a ventilation duct. Pens and paper. Nothing out of the ordinary. Clean clothes and sheets. Nothing interesting. Huh. There are a lot of prints around a panel on the air duct. The panel is screwed on tight. I'll need some way of getting it loose. Sure, I could try to use brute force. A few more questions, if I may? Hey, do you happen to know where I can get a screwdriver?
What for? Are you taking this place apart?
Not exactly. I need it to get some potential evidence.
Well, sounds strange to me, but either way, it's not my job to do your errands.
That's enough questions for...
Okay.
Gabriel.
Yeah?
Hey, do you happen to know where I can get a screwdriver?
Not really. The foreman collected all of the tools and locked them up after the murder.
Okay, that's all I need for now.
Very well, Agent.
It's an old pre-col... There was a small key hidden inside the duct. Nope. That lock is way larger than this key. I don't see any key. Any idea of what this key opens?
Nope, haven't seen a key like that before.
Any idea of what this key could open?
Nope, but it looks small. Some kind of drawer? Maybe a filing cabinet or something?
Nah, it's a different type of lock. I don't see any keyholes on this. I already searched. I don't see any keyholes. I don't see any keyholes on. That combination make. That action does. I don't think extra strength helps there. I've looked there already. A pair of large boots with dirt on. I've looked there already. Not yet. I think the witness knows more than he's letting. I don't see how that combination. I don't see how. A few more questions. Do you know who wrote this note to Carl?
Afraid not.
Any idea of what this key opens?
Nope, haven't seen it.
No, that's private. I don't need. That's enough questions for now.
Okay.
Any idea of.
Nope, but it looks small. Some kind of drawer? Maybe a filing cabinet or something?
Hi, Doofus. You're registered. I found this in Carl's coat. What do you make of it?
Not sure. But it's a bit strange that the person who wrote this couldn't just tell him face to face.
Maybe they didn't want to risk being seen together. Or the note's author needed to leave in a hurry.
Yeah, could be.
That combination makes no sense. A row of personal lockers for the workers. A row of... I don't need to write down...
You have a lead to follow up on?
Yes, I have reason to believe that Carl recently passed through an area with saffron plants somewhere in Nordsund. The panel is screwed on tight. I'll need some way of getting it loose. Sure, I could try to use brute force, but I'd risk damaging what's inside. It's an old pre-collapse. There was a small key hidden inside the duct. I think I'm almost done here. I should just talk to Gabriel before I go. I already... Gabriel.
Yeah?
I don't think he wants... I found this in Carl.
Not sure.
Maybe they didn't...
Yeah, could be.
search that. Hey, I think I'm done here.
Oh, okay. Mind sharing your findings?
It seems like the murder could be tied to a secret relationship Carl had with a woman. But I'm leaving all options open.
Sounds reasonable. Do you have a lead to follow up on?
Yes, I have reason to believe that Carl recently passed through an area with saffron plants somewhere in Nordsund. Maybe I can correlate that with Carl's movements to the north of town when seeing that woman.
Good. Meanwhile, we'll transport the body to the morgue.
Okay, that's all I need.
Very well, Agent.
A few more questions. Not while we're talking. Do you know who wrote this note to Carl?
Afraid not. I don't recognize the handwriting.
Any idea of what this key opens?
Nope, haven't seen a key like that before.
Can you tell me a little bit about Carl?
Sure. I've known him since I started working here 4 years ago. We instantly hit it off. He had a great sense of humor. He used to be so cheerful, you know? Always kidding around, always with a smile on his face. But then I know people can change, but this...
Huh. What do you think caused...
No idea. Whatever it was, he...
Do you know anything about...
Nope. I know we grow them in Nordsund, but that's it.
Are you sure about this woman?
Yes, I told you, old girlfriend from before.
You should know that it would not serve your best interests to hide information from me. By refusing to cooperate, you'll force me to escalate the situation with a formal interrogation at the police station. None of that is necessary. I'm only interested in finding Carl's murderer.
I'm sorry. I gave him a promise. Well, the lady in the photo, Carl is still seeing her. Well, was, I suppose.
Why wouldn't you tell me that from the beginning?
It was a secret. Carl said they would both get in trouble if anybody knew.
Why would they get into trouble? An affair?
I didn't ask, but yeah, it could be.
All right. Tell me everything you know about this woman.
Carl said she lived somewhere north of town, but that's all I know.
Okay, I believe you. I think I'm almost done here. I should just talk to Gabriel before I go.
Okay.
Hey, I think I'm done here.
Oh, okay. Mind sharing your findings?
It seems like the murder could be tied to a secret relationship Carl had with a woman. But I'm leaving all options open.
Sounds reasonable. Do you have a lead to follow up on?
Yes, I have reason to believe that Carl recently passed through an area with saffron plants somewhere in Nordsund. Maybe I can correlate that with Carl's movements to the north of town when seeing that woman.
Good. Meanwhile, we'll transport the body to the morgue and have an autopsy performed as soon as possible. Do you want us to keep the area sealed off?
No need. I'm done here and won't come back. You can let the men get back to work.
Very well. I'll let them know.
By the way, how do I get to the police station from here?
Just head straight east outside. You'll see it.
Got it. See you later. What's happening here?
Bit of an electrical problem with some fallen power lines. It's being taken care of, but it'll be a while.
So I can't enter the museum?
Well, you can, but only if electrocution is something you enjoy during working hours.
What caused it? Did someone mess up, or was there some kind of environmental damage?
Oh, we've had a windy week. An old tree fell down and ripped down a major power line. It's in a tricky spot, and due to how the grid is built up, I can't cut the power safely without affecting half the town.
Sounds like a flawed design. Is that typical for electrical grids these days?
Not really. This power grid is quite old, constructed shortly after the collapse. That meant they had to improvise. They couldn't just clone existing power systems at the time, since those were reliant on service robots with negligible safety concerns. So yeah, now I'm paying the price. The whole thing is riddled with hacks and workarounds, each one more dangerous than the next.
I see. I don't envy such a hazardous work environment. How long will it take you to fix?
Hard to say, but it should be done by tomorrow morning.
All right, thanks. Now, I'll leave her to... Hello, Deputy. What are you guarding?
The residence of the first murder victim. The commissary told me to direct you to his office before going upstairs.
I see. I'll go find him and come back later then.
Sounds good, Agent.
Looks like an old hovercraft. I don't need to go... All right, so this is the town square. That building with the emblem must be the police station.
I'm surprised the Bureau got their thumb out of their ass. It's not like they could find Nordson on a map.
I, for one, am grateful for their help. From what I hear, the person they sent is young, but quite capable.
Optimistic as always, eh, Kurt? I guess we'll see. Agent Anglin, we've been expecting you.
Councilwoman, I was told you'd be my bureau contact here.
That's correct. I'm Stina Ruth, and this here is Kurt Anderson, police commissary.
Welcome, Agent. Enjoy your trip to the middle of nowhere?
It was a bit bumpy, and way longer than I expected.
Yeah, that train has seen better days. You'll find your luggage in your quarters, just through the door behind me.
Thanks. I'll check it out later.
So, you were probably confused as hell when we sent you straight to a crime scene, right?
Kind of. I thought I was supposed to investigate a murder from last week.
You were, but unfortunately a second killing required your urgent attention. I assume there are some Bureau procedures before I brief Agent England about the situation?
Yes. Why don't you head to your office, and I'll send this youngling on her merry way when we're done.
Very well. It was a pleasure to meet you, Agent.
Likewise. I'm a bit confused here. Who do I report to?
Only to me, as overseer of this district. The local police are at your disposal, since they're legally required to aid you in the investigation.
Got it. How would you like me to share my findings with you?
Face to face, in the evenings. The balcony inside the local canteen is a good place to meet.
Okay. I think I have what I need then. I'll go talk to the commissary.
Good. We'll catch up later. Oh, but I have to ask. Tell me, how was it for you?
What do you mean?
Come on, you know what I'm talking about. We've both done it.
Oh, you mean the augmentation. The nanofluid injection.
Sticking to the boring scientific terms, aren't we? Back in my time, we used to just call it taking the blue. Come on, let this old lady live a little. Tell me, how was your first kiss with the blue?
I felt an amazing sense of belonging. Like I was connected to everything and everyone around me.
I remember that moment like it was yesterday. What I wouldn't give to feel like that again. No side effects, I hope? We wouldn't want you to get compromised in dangerous situations.
Not yet, but I know what to look out for. Mild hallucinations, nightmares, burning sensations in the limbs, the occasional migraine. Things like that.
Yeah, that covers the usual suspects. All right, I think you're good to go then. We shouldn't keep the commissary waiting.
Damn good coffee.
All right, Agent. Would you like me to brief you about the first murder?
Yes, please.
Maya Strand, 41 years old, the caretaker of the Nordson Museum. She was found by the janitor on the floor near the exhibits early last Wednesday. Just like Carl, she was stabbed. No witnesses, no evidence. Killer practically a ghost. No signs of a forced entry, so either the entrance was open or she let him in herself.
What about her residence? Anything out of the ordinary in there?
Nothing, as far as we could tell. But we left the place as we found it if you want to have a look. She lived upstairs from the museum.
Noted. The crime scene is no longer intact, though, correct?
Afraid so. The museum is important to Nordson, so we had the place cleaned out pretty quickly.
Right. But now that I'm here, I'll assume that you'll check with me before clearing out any future crime scenes.
Yeah. Can I just...
Yes, Commissary.
We're a pretty tight-knit community here, and we try to work together to overcome our problems. Just relax a bit with your superior jurisdiction and big city jargon, okay?
Oh, I'll relax when we've caught this killer. Until then, I'm gonna focus on doing my job. One more thing. I'd like to see Maya's body, if that's possible.
Of course. We brought it out of the freezer this morning. You'll find it in the morgue, over at the clinic. Dr. Pearson, our physician, is awaiting your arrival.
Good. I'll head there when we're done. I'm looking for a young woman connected to the second victim, Carl.
All right. What do you know about her?
All I have is a picture of her that I found on Carl, but it's damaged and her face can't be clearly seen.
Tricky. If you had any kind of personal information, like an address, you could look her up in our records. They're in the drawers behind me.
Noted. I'll get back to you about this if I learn more. Did you know Carl Oscarson?
I wouldn't say so. He and my son were playmates as children, but they grew apart in their teens. Haven't talked to Carl myself for many years.
What do you think of Gabriel?
My nephew is a fine officer. He's a law and order kind of person. Stern, but fair.
Oh, law enforcement runs in the family.
I wish, but so far Gabriel and I are the only ones. I've been trying to get my son to join the force for years. All he cares about is girls and fishing. Suppose it could be worse. At least he brings home a fresh trout every now and then.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Me? Oh, I've been doing this job for 15 years now. I took over when the previous commissary died. I'm married with 3 children. Anita, my youngest, is off studying science in the city now. We're counting the days to Christmas when she comes back to visit.
What's your opinion on Stina Ruth?
I respect her. She's a competent politician. She gets things done, unlike some of the other people on the council. Sure, she has a temper, and she's not the most tactful person, but she calls out bullshit when she sees it. When I'm right, she has my back, and when I'm wrong, well, she won't let me revel in my sweet ignorance for long.
Did you know Maya Strand?
Not at all. Museums aren't my cup of tea. I prefer to not dwell on the past.
Do you know if saffron is grown anywhere in Nordsund?
I think so, yes. There should be someone in town with more information.
What do you know about the murder in the locker room over at the workshop hall?
Not much. As you know, the murder happened shortly before you arrived, so I'm leaving the matter in your capable hands.
That's all I needed.
Very well.
The drawer is labeled address. These should come in handy. I'll be able to match a name to an address, or vice versa. Let's have a look. As expected. Yeah, this just confirms what Anderson told me. Not a bad idea, but I'll need an... I don't think I need... I don't need to... I guess Anderson. Commissary?
Yes.
What do you make of this?
Not sure, but if you need to know when somebody came to town, I'd suggest looking in the citizens' records behind me.
Right. I might do that if I could figure out who wrote this note. Commissary?
Yes.
Any idea of what this opens?
Nope. Not a clue.
A small local greenhouse. A collection of what seems to be both fiction and books on law and social sciences. If that's just lots of case files. The window offers a view over a street that looks like a logbook. I guess Anderson has. Unmanned. Makes sense. Probably for opening the cells. I don't need to. I don't see how. It's a map of Nordsund. Looks like the center of the disk is hollow. Curious. Nah, A thermos. Looks purely decorative. There's a bottle of molding resin here. Might be you. Nice big lemon. Small maybe later. No, doesn't appear to be functional. Low maintenance. Nice and shiny. I can even... Hi there.
Hello.
Thought I'd introduce myself, since I'll be coming here a lot. I'm Agent England, Central Bureau.
Oh, nice to meet you. It's a relief to have you here. We're all shook by these recent killings. Sure, the doctor's excited, but even his morbid curiosity has limits, you know. After all, we mostly treat coughs and the occasional broken limb here.
I get it. I'll do my best to help. Oh, by the way, I'm supposed to go to the morgue. Where's that?
Down the stairs on your left.
Great, thanks. It's a map of the clinic. A list of admitted patients. I don't recognize any of the names. An old freight elevator of some... Various medical... A portable medical... It's filled with cannulas. I don't think I... Unused bandages. An old pre-collapse mod... I don't need any... Looks like no patient... Healthy-looking plant. Locked. Doesn't fit.
Don't worry, Maya. You'll be put to rest soon. I know. Sorry about the delay. I was needed urgently out of town. Oh, hello there. Me and this old gal have been expecting you.
Talkative, is she?
Oh, no doubt. The dead have a lot to say, you know. Sometimes more so than the living.
Is that so?
The living are fickle and prone to deceit. Once dead, we can't hide things anymore. Not from me, at least.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I think most men and women out there are sincere.
Oh, sure. Perhaps I came across as a bit misanthropic. Most of the time, people are just fine.
Glad to hear that. Now, I'd like to ask some questions.
Sure, go right ahead.
Did you know Maya Strand?
Not really, but I enjoyed listening to the occasional lecture of hers at the museum. She had quite an intellect, that woman.
So she wasn't a patient of yours?
Oh, she was, but that's all confidential, so I can't say much about it.
I understand, but anything you can share would help.
Well, during the autopsy I noticed that she was unusually worn and feeble for her age.
Okay, and what does that tell us?
For one thing, that she would have needed help with the more physically demanding tasks of the museum.
Got it. Thanks. What do you think of Stina Ruth, the councilwoman?
She can be quite an unpleasant woman. I can't say I've enjoyed my few interactions with her.
I'm looking for a young woman connected to the second victim, Carl.
I can't help with that. I didn't know Carl on a personal level.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
No. When I heard he was murdered, I didn't even recognize his name. I had to check my records to realize that I've treated him. To be fair, I've had many patients. But he must have been cursed with one of those awfully forgettable faces.
All right. Anything out of the ordinary in his medical history?
Sorry. Can't go into detail. Doctor-patient confidentiality, you know?
Keep it vague, then.
Well, okay. Let me put it this way. I doubt you'd learn much from his file.
Noted. Thanks. What do you think of Gabriel?
Your average policeman. I have no strong opinion about him one way or the other.
What do you think of Commissary Anderson?
I think he does a fine job. He's been instrumental in making sure that I can work under such good conditions.
Yeah, this place is surprisingly well equipped. Definitely on par with our facilities in the city. What can you tell me about yourself, Doctor?
Oh, me? I suppose I would qualify as a workaholic. Most of my time is spent here.
So how long have you been practicing medicine?
Must be 16 years now, I believe.
Huh. And you're the only doctor in Nordsund?
Yes. But we have good relations with the other settlements. We collaborate and pool resources when necessary.
What are your conclusions about Maya's murder?
Most obvious first. The cause of death is acute blood loss due to the multiple stab wounds to the chest and stomach, 2 of which were lethal. The murder weapon is a mid-sized blade, likely a knife of some kind. There are some defense wounds on her arms, so the victim likely tried to shield herself against her assailant. I couldn't recover any biological traces of the murderer. There's no blood on her that isn't hers, or any traces of skin under her nails. This makes me suspect that the killer likely wore protective clothing and gloves. The time of death was roughly 2300 hours last Tuesday, 5 days ago today.
Do you know where saffron is grown in Nordsund?
I'm afraid not. We have plants all over, but botany is not my area of expertise.
Any theories on Carl's murder?
Not yet. I'll need to see the body first.
What do you make of this?
The handwriting looks feminine, but I'm not sure what to make of the contents.
Do you recognize this couple?
The man is clearly the second victim, Carl. As for the woman, it's too hard to tell given the damage to the photo.
Do you know what this opens?
Not a clue. But it looks like a one-of-a-kind key.
Ever use something like this?
I haven't, no.
That's enough questions for now.
Okie dokie. Oh, one last thing. I've been told that the second body is on its way here. If you come back later today, I should be able to tell you something about it.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. I think that's for collecting the... Appears to be a This might be useful. I'll wash my hands when I go to bed. Plenty of... I suppose that's where the doctor writes... Multiple stab wounds, sizes approximately the same as the other body. One last waiting room. I don't have any business in the school. Looks a bit overgrown. Looks still and great view from a Old Norse runes. A local custom, perhaps? Haven't seen them in any other settlements in the area. Hey, I'm Vera Englund, Special Agent.
Oh, I heard about you. I'm Rolf, the plant master of Nordsund.
A plant master? What's that?
A foreman of sorts. I oversee a team of gardeners who tend to our shared crops.
Got it. I have a few questions, if you don't mind.
Sure, go right ahead.
What do you know about the murder?
Almost nothing.
Do you happen to know where saffron is grown in Nordsund?
Perhaps, perhaps. What would this gentleman have to gain from that piece of information?
Please, now is not the time. Don't you want justice for the 2 murder victims?
Man, here comes the guilt trip. I suppose those poor people deserved better. Now, 2 places come to mind. The greenhouses to the south, and a few crops near Mimir Road.
Mimir Road. Where's that?
North of the town square. Look for 2 large farming robots standing around.
All right, got it. What do you know about the murder in the museum?
Nothing but the talk of the town. That Maya Strand was stabbed by some maniac.
I'm trying to find a woman that Carl Oscarson was involved with. Know anything about that?
No, I don't stay updated on gossip like that.
Did you know Maya Strand?
A bit. She approached me a few months back about refining edible plants into a nutrient paste. I helped her plant some quality fungi for it, in exchange for a cut of the harvest. Then she got herself killed, so I guess all of that was a waste of time.
That's a morbid way of looking at it.
I guess so. I'm sorry about what happened to her, but I still gotta eat.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
Not really. But like many other people, we had some contact in our work.
Okay. What was your impression of him?
Nice guy. Too nice. I'd even go so far as to call him gullible. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what got him killed.
That's so. You think he trusted the wrong person?
I'm just thinking out loud here, but yeah, it wouldn't be a shocker.
What do you think of Steiner?
I have no idea who that is.
What's your opinion on?
For a chief of police, he's all right. He's actually fair, unlike some of his underlings.
How so? You think they're harassing you?
Abso-friggin-lutely. One little mistake, those guys start hounding you night and day.
What's your opinion on Gabriel?
The cop? Can't say I enjoy his company. Last time we met, he gave me a couple of nasty bruises.
Resisting arrest?
That'd certainly be how he'd justify it.
What do you think of Dr. Pearson?
I'm trying to stay far away from that wisecracking quack.
Quack?
You heard me. All I need in terms of medicine, I find in herbs and plants.
And Dr. Pearson doesn't take kindly to that?
He should mind his own business is all.
Okay, that's all I need.
Alrighty, see you around.
What do you make of the...
Not sure. But about the first day I came to Nordsund, I think the police have records of when people come and go.
Ah, might be worth a follow-up. Thanks. Any idea of what this opens?
Not a clue.
Do you know who...
Damn, that's bloody. Looks like Carl Oscarson, but I couldn't say who the woman is.
Gotta rest my mind, stranger. A long weekend shift ahead of me.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your time off. A neat stack of plates. Matching cutlery is nowhere to be seen. A few identical coffee cups. They don't look quite as clean as they should. 3 plastic trays. Looks like an old filing cabinet. I don't see how the... Various handbooks for the... Looks like it's filled with different... I don't see how those things...
Weekend's coming up. Great, huh?
Looks like you've got a head start.
All shoes repaired, all coats patched up. That's when you call it a day. Finish your work fast and you get the best food rations. Oldest trick in the book.
I get it. Well, enjoy your time off. Robot? Drilling machine? All right, this is Mimir Road. Carl came through here recently. I'd say those are saffron. Not sure what those are. Lettuce, carrots. Replica of prospecting, surveying, and defense robot. Courtesy of Nordson Museum. Replica of multi-purpose cultivation robot. Courtesy of Nordson Museum. The boot prints lead up this set of stairs. I should head up and have a look. Oh, this floor sure looks squeaky clean.
It better. We spent all yesterday mopping it. Wiped all the doors, too.
Oh, just my luck.
Well, are you fond of filth or something?
No, but filth contains valuable information for a detective.
Oh, I understand. Let me know if I can be of service.
Some kind of code lock. Apartment 113. Apartment 150. Excuse me.
Yeah?
I'm Special Agent England, here to investigate the recent murders. I need to ask you a few questions.
Okay, I'm Sven, the caretaker of this apartment block here. What can I help you with?
Do you know anything about the recent murder of a man named Carl?
Nope. As far as I know, no Carl lives here.
What about frequent visitors?
Maybe. Haven't heard the name Carl, but then again, I don't socialize with the tenants. I might recognize the man if I saw him.
Do you recognize this young couple?
Oh, right, that fella.
You know him?
Yeah, I remember him. Most people just ignore me, but he always says hi. Nice guy.
How often would you say he was here?
At least on a weekly basis, but I work in many other buildings too, so it's hard to say.
Got it. What can you tell me about him?
Just this one thing. He came up to me and asked about the electricity in apartment 113. He wondered if it was possible to get more power.
Odd. Did he say what for?
No. I told him to take it up with the residential office. There are strict quotas. He said he would bring it up with the tenant, a friend of his.
Okay. Do you know anything about the tenant?
Nope. Discreet, whoever it is. No idea who lives there.
All right, thanks. Thanks. You can get back.
Alrighty.
Nothing. Guess no one's locked. Hey, Sven?
Yeah?
I need to get inside apartment 113. Can you help?
Sure, you can borrow this master key. Don't leave with it, though. I'll need it later.
Okay, thanks. Thanks. You can get back to work.
Alrighty.
Huh. Still won't open. The code lock must be... Hey, Sven?
Yeah?
Hey, I used the master key and some kind of electronic code lock on the side lit up.
That's weird. Those pre-collapse gizmos are supposed to be disconnected. Surprised they even work.
Wait, so the occupant turned it on without telling you?
I guess so, yeah. They must have some technical expertise. I don't even know how those things work myself.
Can't you force it open? Disconnect it, use an override code or something?
No way. Those things go way over my head. I'd say your best bet is cracking the code.
Do you know anything about the murder at the museum?
Nothing but common knowledge. I haven't been in that part of town for a while. A shame what happened to Maya, though. She always seemed like a harmless lady to me. Can't imagine who'd want to kill her.
What can you tell me?
We were acquaintances. I'd been helping her with repairs in the museum every now and then.
Okay. When was the last time you saw her?
A few weeks ago. I was supposed to fix a showcase for her. Odd thing, though.
Yeah?
I saw her enter the museum from afar, but when I followed her inside, I couldn't find her. So I left the building, and then she came out the same way I did, acting all surprised, saying she'd been in there the whole time.
Strange. Do you know anything about...
She doesn't mince her words, that one. Some people take an issue with that, but I think it's refreshing. I heard she used to be a Central Bureau agent. Apparently she got her position here as some kind of retirement package.
Do you know a certain Carl Oscarson?
Nope, doesn't ring a bell.
What's your opinion on Commissary Anderson?
He's all right. A diplomat, I've heard. It believes in dialogue.
Do you know Dr. Pearson?
Yeah, everybody knows Doc Pearson. Kind of bookish, but I like his sense of humor. Dark and twisted, my cup of tea.
What's your opinion?
Seems to take his job seriously. A bit on the strict side, maybe. But hey, a cop's gotta be tough. Now, I myself never had a run-in with the law, so that's pure speculation on my part.
Thanks. You can get back to work.
Alrighty.
That action doesn't... What do you think of this?
Looks intentionally vague, like they didn't want the wrong person to accidentally read it.
Yeah, that's my guess too. Any idea of what it means?
Not really, sorry. Hey, please don't leave with my key, I need...
Right, sorry. Here's your key back.
All right, good.
All right, got some clay. More runes. Seems to be a common thing in... That's not the right... That's not the right... That's not... That's not the... I don't think I need... Hi, Doofus. You're registered now. Go try it out. Remember how you totally flipped the day I first came to Nordsund? Kisses. Hello again, Gabriel.
Hey there. I should let you know Carl's body has arrived, and our coroner is waiting for you in the morgue.
Noted. I'll go and have a look shortly.
Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
What do you know about the murder in the museum?
I was first at the scene. Poor woman. Looked like she had regained consciousness after some time and tried to crawl to the door.
Sounds horrific. I don't envy her. I've got a locked door that I need to get through. Is there a locksmith around?
We have a guy for that sort of thing, but I think he's out of town.
All right, that's too bad. I'm trying to find the tenant of apartment 113 at Mimir Road. Can you help?
There are address records in the commissary's office. I'd suggest that you look there.
Okay, thanks. Did you know Maya Strand?
Not really. I knew of her, sure. Most people in Nordson do, because of her importance to the museum. I hardly ever even saw her around, though. From what I hear, she was a bit of a recluse.
What do you think of Stina Ruth, the councilwoman?
The commissary is the only one at the station who has any regular contact with her. But my impression of her is good. She seems like a straight-up...
All right, I'm off.
Good luck out there.
Katarina Berg. Born February 2nd, 56 AR. Immigrated to Nordson on May 13th, 80 AR, which means she's been in Nordson for 2 years. I copied the information onto a loose page from my notebook. Katarina Berg. Born February 2nd, 56 AR. No, this note is just a reminder to myself. An anatomically...
A need, a guilty pleasure, something frightening.
Excuse me?
Humor me. I need some inspiration for my poem.
Oh, I get it. What was it again?
A need, a guilty pleasure, something frightening.
Trust, eavesdropping, loneliness.
Thank you.
So, you have a poem for me now?
I'll need some time. Come find me later.
Nice soothing. Nice spot there next to the window. And looks like an apartment building. I don't have any...
Howdy, Pilgrim, and welcome to Walter's Bot Emporium. Novelty bionics, pet androids, robotic companions, we've got them all.
Hi there. I'm Special Agent Vera Anglin.
Ooh, here to solve the murders, right?
Uh...
What? Did Pop spill some oil when he lubed my joints this morning? I told you to keep my chassis clean in case of chicks.
For crying out loud, Nissa, just let the police lady ask her questions.
Oh, great. A ventriloquist act.
Oh, no, she's on to us.
Fine, you caught me. The man with the blue hat is just a puppet that I'm cunningly controlling with a set of strings.
That's a gosh darn lie. I'm fully steam-powered.
You know, I'd arrest you for constructing illegal AI, but there clearly isn't any intelligence involved here.
Ha! That's...
See, if you were any smarter, you'd have a great comeback there.
Okay, Walter. It's time for you to do less talking and more listening.
Sure thing, officer. Just keep in mind that all of these are just harmless automatons. There's no real CPUs or nothing around here.
I'm not here to report illicit technology. I'm just interested in the killings.
All right, then shoot. Ask away.
So, what can you tell me about yourself?
Me? Oh, well, what you see is what you get.
A crazy old fart with chronic coffee breath?
Oh, quiet, you little rascal. What I am is a tinkerer, a craftsman, a father of machines. I cherish building them. I adore putting them on display, and I especially love talking to them.
I've noticed. So how long have you been building robots?
Oh, ever since I was a boy. I grew up over at the junkyard. The place was cramped with old discarded robots. I didn't have many friends, you see. So, I decided to befriend these machines instead.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is?
Katarina Berg. Katarina Berg. Nope, not ringing any bells.
Did you know Maya Strand?
Yep, I worked with her from time to time. Some of my handiwork can be seen in her exhibitions.
Ah, they got some robots in there.
Yeah, I assembled them from parts I found in the junkyard. Or the bot cemetery, as I like to call it. Sometimes I feel more like an archaeologist than a mechanic.
Got it. So, do you have any idea who killed Maya?
Ooh, I got a theory.
No, Nissa, it wasn't the big war robot in the main exhibition.
Why not? That thing is huge. It could easily rip people to pieces, or buildings for that matter.
I know because I built it, Nissa. It's totally harmless.
I don't buy it, Pops. It's got red eyes. That's a telltale sign of a bot turned evil.
What I wanted to say was that Maya could be a little odd, but I have no reason to believe anyone would want to kill her.
Pops calling others odd. Now that's a joke that requires no punchline.
Walter, try to focus on the subject matter, please. Did you know Carl Oscarson?
Yeah, friendly guy. Came here buying spare parts every now and then.
Spare parts? Like what?
All sorts. Filters, tubes, nuts and bolts, various electrical gizmos.
Any idea of what the parts were for?
Couldn't say, but I'm pretty sure whatever it was, it had fluid in it. Maybe a water filtering system, a pump, something like that.
All those parts laying around, but do I ever get a working left arm, Pops? No, you'd rather let some carpenter assemble a goddamn aquarium.
I could replace Mr. Limpy with a water gun if you prefer.
Man, soon you'll even let the kids paint a clown face on me again.
With a water gun for an arm, at least you could spray yourself clean afterwards.
What's your opinion on Gabriel, the policeman?
He's an asshole. That's what.
Nissa thinks that guy is robophobic. Don't ask.
What's your opinion on Anderson, the police commissary?
Seems like a reasonable man to me. But then again, I tend not to be involved in, crime.
Yeah, right.
Hush, boy.
What's your opinion on Stina Ruth, the councilwoman?
A politician? Me and those kinds of people run in quite different circles, to say the least.
What do you think of Dr. Pearson?
Quirky guy, but he means well. Sometimes he asks me to come over and help with the kids.
Oh yeah? Help how?
Usually by playing doctor and patient with Nissa. It helps calm down the little ones.
Huh, that's clever. Do you know anything about electronic door locks?
Why do you ask? If anything happened, that wasn't me.
Subtle, Pops. Don't read too much into it. People have a tendency to accuse him of things.
Relax, I just need to get a door open. I was wondering if you had any ideas.
Mayhaps. What kind of lock is it?
It has one of those keypad things, and I think the code has 3 digits.
Can't you just push the buttons 999 times?
She's a human, Nissa. That sort of activity is not as stimulating for her as it would be for you.
Ooh, you know what I'm thinking?
No, no. No way. You'll ruin something, or worse.
Please, Pops, I could be her sidekick. She and I could solve mysteries together.
Walter, sometimes you take this ventriloquism skit a bit too far.
Pops could rig my arm. My good arm, that is. Unlike Mr. Limpy here on my left.
Let's not get into that, Nissa.
To push those buttons super fast and brute force the code.
I think I'll take my chances by myself, thanks.
Oh well, can't win them all.
I'm off. See you later.
Take care.
Bye-bye, police lady.
Do you recognize...
Just the man, Carl.
What do you make of...
No clue. But I gotta use doofus more often. Such a funny word.
I had some more things to ask.
Shoot.
What are your conclusions?
Just like the previous case, the cause of death is blood loss due to sharp force trauma to the upper body. The murder weapon looks similar to the one used on the previous victim. The victim has a bruised chest, likely from the impact of a hard fall to the floor. And this makes me believe that Carl was attacked from the front and fell to the ground, twisting as he fell. The killer then continued this brutal onslaught from behind to finish the job. Contrary to the previous case, I couldn't find any defense wounds on the victim. The killer would have to be both strong and fast to overpower Carl like that before he could react and call for help. It's certainly not impossible, but I think it's unlikely that a woman could pull that off without considerable training. This leads me to believe that the person we are looking for is likely an adult male in good physical shape. The time of death was sometime late last night, around 10 to 12 hours ago.
All right. Now that you've seen both bodies, do you have a theory?
I think it's very likely that a single perpetrator is responsible for both killings. The MO is the same, and the murder weapons share close similarities. Both murders were premeditated. The killer came well prepared with the clear goal of killing each victim. The lack of struggle during the second attack could be an indication that the murderer learned from their mistakes during the first assault.
Okay. Thanks for your input.
Think nothing of it. Happy to help.
What are your conclusions?
Most obvious first. The murder weapon.
Not right now.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't recover any biological traces of the murderer. There's no blood on her that isn't hers, or any traces of skin under her nails. This makes me suspect that the killer likely wore protective clothing and gloves. The time of death was roughly...
So there's this locked door that I'm trying to get through.
Unless this door needs medical attention, I'd suggest asking someone else.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is?
I don't recognize that name. Nope.
What's your opinion on Volter, the robot maker?
Oh, he's a bundle of laughs, isn't he? Sometimes he helps me out at the clinic when I need to calm down an anxious child. Nissa, his little robot, is an amazing tool. First, the child helps me treat Nissa, and afterwards, I treat the child. Seeing the whole process in a safe and playful space makes them much more at ease.
No, this note is just a... That's enough questions.
Okie doke.